this is Tammy with Love Notions, and I'm sewing up the Bridget Trousers, and I wanted to walk you through how I tackle fitting issues while I'm in the middle of sewing something, especially pants. So this is our upcoming pattern, the Bridget Trousers, which I'm so excited to be why can't I say that? Collaborating. So this is our new upcoming pattern, the Bridget Trousers, which I am so excited to be collaborating with Whitney of Tomcat Stitchery. So I just want to walk you through what I'm going to do for this pair that I've sewn up for myself, just to make the fit just perfect for my personal body and measurements. These trousers have a traditional waistband, which means if you sew this all up without trying it on before putting the waistband on and you have to make adjustments, it's going to be so much more work. So we're going to hopefully take a little bit of that extra work out of it and make our adjustments before we get the waistband on. So this process I'm going to show you, you can use it on pretty much any pants pattern that has a separate waistband. Okay, the whole idea is sew the pants all the way up to the waistband. So I've got these all the way done. I've got my fly done. I have the pockets done. Everything is done except for the waistband. So this is a very straightforward, simple adjustment to make. Because I already have welt pockets sewn on here and there are darts, I'm not going to be able to take any width from the darts. A lot of times, if you don't have pockets on the back, you would take in the darts to make it smaller. But I can't do that on these because you can kind of see we've got welt pockets here. So I'm going to take them in different locations. So what I'm talking about now is that I'm taking these in, not necessarily out, but the same process applies just in reverse. So these are a knit trouser, so they are going to fit a little bit looser without the waistband on because the waistband kind of holds them up. And these are a little big on me right now, so I just want to take them in just a tiny bit. I'm going to take them in mostly here at the center back. I mean, super simple adjustment. I'm just going to kind of pinch it out to see what I need, keeping in mind that these are a knit and you do want it to fit close. So I'm just gonna I have about probably an inch here that I'm gonna take in, and I'll take these off and I'll show you what that looks like. Let me talk about this fabric real quick. This is a Ponte twill fabric from Serge Fabrics. I've never worked with this fabric before, and honestly, I would have to tell you, I'm surprised. It feels like pajamas right now, but that also means it's a little bit looser than what I was expecting of like a normal, stable Ponte. So that's something else I'm taking into consideration, thinking about how much I want to take them in. It's got a really cool twill pattern, just like twill that you would normally see on pants, but it stretches. It's pretty stretchy. I would say probably a 40% stretch if I had to guess. Good fabric for this pattern, but just something to keep in mind sizing wise, and especially if you want a more sleek look, not necessarily, you don't want people to know you're wearing knit pants, That's something to keep in mind. Also, another location you can take width from, besides just the center back like I showed you, you can also just take it from the outseam here. But if you need more width taken out that would disturb the proportions of the back, then you can also take some from the side seams as well. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I did. I actually changed my game plan just a little bit, and I'll show you what I did, and you can probably do the same thing as you're thinking about it. So the back, I was going to take everything out of the center back, but we do have those welt pockets and the bags that we have to keep in mind, and we want the spacing to look proportionate to your butt. It would look weird if we had the welt pockets really close together if you take in that center seam. So I kind of split how much I needed to take out of the center back and the side seams. I've got the pants opened up, so the center back is right here. And I started with 3/4 of an inch right here at the center back, and I kind of tapered out to be midway down the center back seam. And I'll show you on the pattern piece what that looks like too. But I didn't stop there because I still needed a little bit more than that. So then I took the side seams here, and I took a centimeter or 0.375 inches off the side seam, starting at the top and just kind of tapering it down before I get to the pocket. Now the trick with that when you're doing the side seams and it has pockets, One, you want to make sure you have enough space to still use a pocket, but also on the other side, you want to make sure what you do is exactly the same. So when I did it on one side, I like folded it over and just marked where I wanted to start to like taper in. So here's what the actual pattern piece looks like after I made those adjustments. I started at 3/4 of an inch in at the center back, and I just kind of like tapered it around so it would be a nice smooth transition. And I basically did the same thing on the side seam. This is just the back piece. This would also affect the front piece, but I'm just showing you on the back. Okay, so you can see on the side seam, I just went in a centimeter starting at the top, and I just kind of gradually came in to your triangle marking, which is where the end of the pocket is. So that's what it looks like on the pattern piece itself on the back. So now that you've made the adjustments to the body of the pants, you have to do those same things to your waistband because you want your waistband to fit exactly on the Bridget trousers. So what I do is I get out my tape measure and I measure my back, how much I took out there. I'm just measuring one side and we'll just multiply it. And the same thing for one of the side seams because I did the same thing. Whatever I took out here, I need to apply to my waistband pieces. Now the back is its own waistband piece, then the front pieces. So I've got the back, and the back waistband is cut on the fold. So I'm just going to take off the width that I removed on the pants on the side seam part, which is the non-folded part. So I just measured that out and made a line, and I'm just going to simply cut that out. And I'm going to do the same thing for the lining pieces. So I'm just showing you on the interfacing so it's a little bit easier for you to see. Now, same thing, same process for the front pieces. The front has a right and a left, and you're doing the same thing, but just take it out on the side seam part, which has that triangle marking. So these are my side seams right here. I measured the centimeter, and I just made a line, and I'll just cut those away, and I'll do the same thing with the lining pieces and just sew it up like normal. All right, I have made my adjustments, and I have sewn my waistband for the most part. I still need to put the button on. I have to decide what I'm going to do there. But I'm really happy with the fit. They feel really good. That waistband really makes a difference on how they fit for sure. Much more snugger. And this is where it's meant to hit, right at the natural waist, which for me is right around my belly button. So I'm pretty happy with my alterations I made. So again, I just took some off the center back and then a little bit off the sides. So just a quick note that, every pattern has to go by a standard set of measurements, just like this pattern, and everybody has a different body. So your body measurements might not be exactly what the pattern is drafted for. That's why these little tricks on how to get a really good fit might help you out. So this is just going to help you get a really custom fit for your body. Be on the lookout for the next newest Love Notions pattern in collaboration with Tom Cat Stitchery. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this does for her. And if you have any suggestions on other videos and content you'd like to see from us, please let me know. It's a centimeter, but it doesn't have a term. Like you can say a half inch, but what's 375? That's like a centimeter. It's more than a third though. Okay, it's not a thing. I go back and forth between centimeters and inches so much. Yeah. So, okay. Anyway.